Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one, to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built.
Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream today. And we got the second of 3 playoff qualifying streams today on the YouTube channel. And we move on with Czechia and Denmark being our next commentary here tonight. The winner of this game will take on Team Canada in the quarterfinals tomorrow. It is a big game here on the line. Let's take a look at these two teams and how they did in the group stages. You start off with Czechia. They went 1-0-1-1 during this tournament. They finished third in their respective group. And they are one of 2 standing now in that group as France has been eliminated from that group. Sorry, one of 3. I forgot Switzerland is still actually in the group. And then as for Denmark, they did pick up a win against Latvia during this group stage. They are 1-0-2 with 3 points there during that stretch. Either side looking to get the win here and move on to the quarterfinals. Starting goaltenders here on both sides. Frederik Andersen is in net for Denmark. Should be a good one here with him. And then Lucas Dostal is in net for Czechia. I'm going to take my Phillies jersey off here. Still need to get a hanger for that. Czech should win this, but Denmark did upset Canada in the IHF Worlds last year. Yeah, you never know. We'll see what happens here, obviously. That's the fun of the Olympics and the fun of international play. Anything can happen. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. And if you enjoy the commentary stream, but give it a try first off. You don't got to subscribe now. Give it a try. See how you like it. And we will get into it here. Again, as I said, the winner of this game will take on Team Canada in the quarterfinals here in the next round. It should be a very, very interesting game here tonight. Live from Santa Giulia Arena, we saw the previous 2 other games. Switzerland defeat Italy and Germany defeat France. And they have moved on to the quarterfinals. And now next up on the docket are the Czechs and the Danish. Again, as I said in the previous commentary, I would argue a gold medal is the hardest trophy to win in sports. If you even call it a trophy. You only get a chance every 4 years, and you have to win at least 3 games to get there. Here we go. Czechia versus Denmark. Playoff qualifier, and we are underway. Face-off is won by Denmark. They will bank it off the boards back down low into the Czechia zone. Holding that puck now, Hronek will play it back to center. Stolen back then by Czechia, who will clear it to center. Now the other way, a shot off the boards then from Schlappick will go wide. Now Natchez trying to throw a pass in front to David Kampf. And that one is cleared away. Czechia gets it back. They will dump it back into the Denmark zone and out of play. What's up, Lawrence? Welcome back. Let's go Czechia, rooting for them because I think they might have a better game against Canada. Yeah, Czechia always matches up well against Canada. We should also realize Canada did beat Czechia 5-0. But Czechia, Canada would definitely be a better matchup than Czechia or Canada, Denmark. That's for sure. Face off here now in the Denmark zone. It's won by Denmark, and they try and clear it out to center. Cross ice pass ahead then, and dumped into the zone by Nicholas Jensen. Down low now in the Czechia zone. David Pastrnak will pick it up for the Czechs. Now off the boards, then back down low. As Kempny will regroup, he'll throw a cross ice pass ahead for Pasta. It's broken up then at the line and cleared back down into the Czechia zone. Radko Gudas will pick it back up. He'll bank it off the boards and back down low then into the zone. Stolen back then by Gudas, who will clear it down low. Nope, no Veggie in net. I don't even think he started a single game. No Vizmelka. It is Lucas Dostal. He's not dressed, I don't think, either. I think Vladar is the backup. Trying to break that one through center was David Spacek. Now playing it ahead then to Tomas Hertl. Broken up then by Denmark and cleared all the way back into the Czech end. It'll be an icing against Denmark. Only one shot so far, and it comes from the Czechs. Again, you look at these two goaltenders. Anderson in net for Denmark and Lucas Dostal in net for Czechia. Both NHL goaltenders here in this one. First time in Watch with Nordic history, we are streaming Denmark in a game. Face off here now in the Denmark zone. I get why they're not dressing him, but I don't know why they, I get why they're not starting him. I think Dostal's better, but I don't know why they're not dressing him. He's better than Vladar. Face off one here now by Denmark. They will play this puck now through center. Through the neutral zone now is captain Alexander True, who will clear that one down low into the corner. Off the boards now, Jan Rutta will attempt to clear to center. Racing for it then the other way. Into the zone, battling for that puck is Andre Kasha. Fed back up top then, Hronek at the point. Shot, save there by Anderson. Right side now, Palat intercepted then by the Danish and cleared out to center. Czechia gets it right back and will dump it back down low as soon as I say that. Now getting it down low here at the line is Jesper Jensen Abo, who was actually the captain. I don't know why I said True was the captain. I apologize. Clear down low into the Czechia zone. Now True behind the net battling for it. Gets knocked off that puck. Pass in front. And a huge chance there for True. He cannot get a stick on that puck. Now here come the Czechs the other way. Hronek with some room. Comes into the zone. Down below the line. Tries feeding it up then behind the net then for Tomasek, who feeds it up top into the zone. Shot! Saved by Anderson as he caught that one with the chest. Czechia keeps it in the zone. They keep the pressure going. Now down low, Tomasek feeds it in front. Can't get a shot. Another chance. Denied. And a turnaround attempt there by Jacob Fleck. And a big save by Anderson. Up top now, Denmark will backhand that one all the way back into the Czechia zone. Now picking it up then with speed is Marty Necas. Necas, cross ice pass then to Schlappick. Schlappick in the zone to Kampf. Saved by Anderson. Tried to get a wraparound chance there. Could not get to it. Now Necas here on the right side. Trying to circle around here with the puck. Fires it on. Blocked. Up top, Schlappick will fire that one on. It goes wide. Now Kempny. Cleared back down low to Necas. Battling for it then in the corner. Kempny will join the rush. Now Kampf on the right side up top to Kempny. Kempny to Necas, a shot. And he fires it wide. Denmark will steal it back now here. They'll break it through center. It's Setkov, who will dump it down low. Picking it back up is Kempny. Kempny on the right side then to Gudas. Played ahead then through center. Rushing with that puck into the zone is Sedlak. Sedlak up top to Pastrnak. Tipped away by a Danish stick and cleared out to center. Great defensive play there by Denmark. Pastrnak nearly had a one-timer. Denmark will come into the zone. Eller tried to throw a pass in front, stolen back then by the Czechs. Here's Pasternak. 2-on-2 with Sedlak. Pasternak looks, try to feed a pass up. He's blocked. Second attempt gets there. Up top shot. Goes wide of Anderson from the Czechia defense. Now down low, Pasternak below the goal line. A little over 5 minutes gone here in this first period. Shots are 5-1 in favor of Czechia. Sedlak up top to Spacek, who fires it on, blocked in front by Abo. Spacek will just end up throwing that one down around then behind the net. Now Denmark will try and break it through center. It's Jensen. Brought back down low now as being pressured deeper into his own zone is a blown whistle here, and must have hit someone on the bench. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. And yeah, Czechia getting plenty of offensive zone chances here to open up this game right away. Face-off coming here now outside of the Denmark zone. Russell versus Hurdle. Face-off won by Denmark. Banked off the boards back to center. And cleared back down low into the Denmark zone. Out of his own net, Abo will play it ahead then. Here comes Russell into the zone. Russell looking, pass back up top into the zone. Shot goes wide of Dostal, and a good chance there for Danish defenseman Marcus Lauridsen. Lauridsen now again with the puck. Cross-ice pass to Ehlers into the zone now, trying to take that one back. Was Bjorkstrand. Hurdle battling for it now on the right side. Stolen back by the Danish. They will regroup here now in their own end. Shots are 5-2 in favor of Czechia here about 6 minutes into this first period. No score. The winner of this game will take on Canada in the Olympic quarterfinals. Cleared down low again, then into the Czechia zone. Gudas trying to play it around to the right side. Down low here now in the corner. Jabbing at that puck is Russell. Puck in front then. Fanned on shot. Another chance goes wide. Tipped back behind the net. Wraparound is also denied, as True with a real chance there. Denied by Dostal. Czechia will clear back down low into the Denmark zone. The Danish defenseman will regroup now as they move it through center. Setkov banks it off the boards then. Try to get a puck up and over then for Blichfeld. Czechia will dump it back down low into the Denmark zone. Trying to feed that one in front then was a good chance by Schlappick, and Anderson will just cover it up. Good start here for Czechia so far in the playoff qualifying game for the Milano Cortina Olympics. We are scoreless. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We do these commentary streams every single week and for all 32 teams. And then some. We will be live later on today for Sweden and Latvia. That is a 3 o'clock start time. Well, 3:10 start time, 3 o'clock stream start. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing some of these names, and maybe I'm taking a little bit longer to get adjusted here. Still trying to remember everybody's numbers. Usually by the second period, I get it down good. But for a team like Denmark, who we haven't commentated yet this tournament, kind of have to figure it out on the fly. So we will not be live tomorrow for the quarterfinals games, and then after that, we will be live for every single game in this Olympic tournament for the rest of it, men's and women's included. Meaning on Thursday, we'll be live for the men's and for the women's medal games. Face-off coming up here now in the Denmark zone. Face-off won by Denmark. Played back down low then by Jensen Abo. Will clear it out. And puck goes out of play, so face-off will just come right back in the Denmark zone. Showing out Marty Naitch's 5 points in 3 games played in this tournament. After the shutout to Canada, he's been on a great run. Face-off here now won by Denmark. Abo will clear it all the way out. Back down low into the Denmark zone. And we got a penalty coming up here against Czechia. And Denmark is going to go to the power play. It is a hooking call against Jan Rudda. And the Danish will get their first opportunity here on the man advantage tonight. 12:56 left to go in the opening period. I know I keep saying tonight. No matter how hard I try to not say tonight, I know it's today. It's not even noon on the East Coast. But Jan Rudda called for holding there on Olesen. And Denmark will get a chance to put their power play to work. Face-off here now won by the Danish. Shot on is blocked and cleared immediately by the Czechs. Down low now, holding it in his own zone is Frederick Anderson. Played back ahead then for Abo, who will break it through center. Puck is dropped back then down low for Bjorkstrand. One of the few NHL players here that is on this team, only a handful of them. Czechia will steal that puck immediately back and clear it the other way. Denmark 1 for 6 on their power play here in this tournament. Looking to change that narrative. Ehlers cross pass to Bjorkstrand. Back around down low in the corner. Bjorkstrand up to Eller now. Eller up top. Bjorkstrand waits. At the point, Abo back to Bjorkstrand. Drop back up top. Abo to Ehlers. Back to Abo. Halfway through the power play. Shot on is blocked and cleared by the Czechs. Abo with that shot there from up top. Not sure what he was really thinking. There was a lot of traffic there in front. No way that was getting through. Second unit comes out here on the ice now. Olesen will play that one ahead then for Oscar Fisker Molgaard, Seattle Kraken prospect. Playing here in the Olympics, I believe. Has played NHL games at least this year, or if not in his career, I'm pretty sure. Here's just running a break for Czechia. Pass in front, and it's blocked. Nearly a 2-on-1 breakaway there for the Czechs. Now here through center, handling this puck. Drop back over then for Fisker Molgaard, who will bring it into the zone. Olesen will wait. 20 seconds to go. Bank back up top. Bugaster back over then down low. Trying to manage this puck is Christian Wedge. Shot up from up top is blocked. Taken back then on the right side by Blichfeld. Below the goal line, Molgaard. Fed up top. Power play will come to a close. Olesen to Fisker Molgaard. Pass up top. Blichfeld fires it. Saved by Dostal. Play back down low into the corner. Czechia gets it, and they will clear it down the other way. It will not be an icing. And we now approach the halfway mark of this opening period. It is scoreless here in Santa Julia Arena. Between Czechia and Denmark, puck goes up and out of play. Shots are 5-4 in favor of the Czechs. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. I appreciate all the support so far in tonight's commentary. Worth mentioning, again, we will be live for the Sweden versus Latvia game. So if you want to see that commentary, subscribe, turn on notifications and all that good stuff. Face-off here now outside of the Denmark zone. Won by the Czechs. Pastrnak breaks it through center. Back down low, pass over. And they cannot convert. Schlappick could not get the shot on up from the point. Saved by Anderson, if that even got on. Now Eller battling for it down low. Stolen back in the corner by Cervenka. Now Lars Eller will play it ahead. Jensen up to the other Jensen. There's 2 Jensens on Denmark. Now into the zone. Cervenka up top. Shot. Goes wide there as Spacek with a chance. Now Pastrnak down low in the corner. Back to Sedlak. Sedlak battling for it here. He's tied up down low. Played ahead then up for Jensen, who will break it through center. Now Olesen will dump that one back down low. Tipped there by a Czech stick. Now through the zone, Abo will dump it down low into the Czechia end. Played back up top. Jensen will try and keep that one in the zone. Stolen back then by the Czechs. 3-on-2 developing. Into the zone now. Tomasek tried feeding a pass down low. Was tipped by a Danish stick. And now picking it up is Russell. Here behind the net then Abo will get it back. Just crossed over the 1,000 view mark for this commentary stream. Thank you all very much for that and your support here throughout these entire Olympics. Cleared back down low then behind the net. Hronik racing for that puck. Denmark will keep it in. Cleared around then behind the net. Bjorkstrand down low. Feeds it up top. Shot on is denied by Dostal. If that even got on through all the traffic. Here's Marty Natchez now with speed. Natchez moves in. Spinorama move there. Gets it back up top. Shot goes wide of Anderson. Now at the point, Gudis' shot. And that one is blocked. Played back ahead then for Ehlers, who will flick it to center. Picking it back up then down low is Kempny. Back up to Gudis. Tried sending a centering pass. That was blocked. Racing for it now down low is Fisker Molgaard. Gudis will get to it first and clear it around. Back all the way into the Denmark zone. No icing. Denmark picks it up here now in their own end. Through the neutral zone. Here is Olesen, broken up then at the line by Hurdle. Spacek down low now in the Czech zone as Denmark is doing a really good job at keeping pressure on. Not really giving the Czechs a ton of room. That's what you got to do, especially against those NHL guys. Andre Kashe will bank that one off the boards. Now Hurdle on the right side. Hurdle fires it on. It goes wide of Anderson. Now Molgaard. Back down here in the corner. Played back then by Denmark, who will now regroup in their own end. Through center now is Jensen Odd will fire this one into the zone. It ends up going out of play. Here with time winding down in this opening period. 7:21 left to go. Shots are 6-4 in favor of the Czechs. A well-played game here, though, regardless, by both sides. I love the way Denmark is kind of getting sticks everywhere they need to be. It's looking good here for them. Here midway through the first period of this qualification playoff game, scoreless in Czechia, Denmark. Again, thank you all very much for tuning in. Already a great start to this commentary stream. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, my nose. Very itchy. I gotta shave. That's what I gotta do. Face-off coming up here now. It'll be, I believe, outside of the Czechia zone, if I'm correct. Probably not. I'm not always correct about everything. Actually, I'm wrong about most things. Yeah, face-off will come here outside of the Czech zone. They'll have the top line out there of Pasternak, Cervenka, and Sedlak. Here up against Denmark's top line. Been fluctuating their lineup here a bit. Face-off won by the Danish. Now Jensen Ah will dump that one down low into the Czechia zone. Puck bounces out to center. Stolen back then by the Czechs, who will break it out the other way. Cross-ice pass to Pasternak is tipped by a Danish stick and out of play. 13 minutes gone here in this first period. Again, Denmark 1-0-2 in the preliminary games, as well as Czechia going 1-0-1-1. Both of these teams will move on to play Canada. Czechia looking for the revenge game against the Canadians. What I always like to say, it's hard to beat a team twice. No matter what team that is, it's hard to beat a team twice. Face-off won by the Czechs. Cleared back around then behind the net. Sedlak trying to get to it first. Cervenka pass from Pastrnak, saved by Anderson, who makes the pad save. Now at the point, Hronek will play it down low back to Pasta. Pasta to Hronek. Hronek behind the net. Looks in front. Cervenka denied by Anderson. If that even was on, I think that might have been just wide of Anderson himself and hit the side of the net. Stick went flying there down low in the zone. Now a scramble forward here down low as 5 different players are battling for that puck. Trying to get that puck free. Finally, it does come loose. Played back up top. And Hronek is forced to bring it out of the zone. Now a pass back for Pastrnak. Can't complete it. Icing against the Czechs. Shots 8-4 here in favor of Czechia. Looking at David Pastrnak. Point per game here in this Olympic tournament. 10 shots on goal. He is due for a pretty good performance. And maybe that is tonight. Who knows? That could be tonight. For those who are wondering, this is the 4th time we are streaming Czechia on a commentary. They are 1-2 when we live stream them. Play back on the right side then by David Pastrnak, who will attempt to move it to center. He will bank that one off the boards now on the right side. Clears it down low. Bjorkstrand will take it back for the Czechs. Playing it down low now for Denmark is Brugesser. In the zone now, Ehlers drops it back. Shot on, goes wide. Now pass in front. Another chance is blocked as well and cleared all the way back to center by the Czechs yet again. Off the boards now, Lauridsen. Czechs will pick it up here in their own zone. Gudas will look for free bodies. Now off the board, Schlappick hit. Stolen back by the Danish, and Olesen will backhand that one down low into the Czechia zone. Try and talk too fast. Kepney through the zone then to Schlappick. Back over the Natchez. Down low now, David Kampf. Back to Schlappick. Now Kampf. Below the goal line. Behind the net then, Schlappick feeds it up top. Shot on is blocked. Denmark will play it ahead then. Olesen. Cross-ice pass. Backhanded down low into the zone by Molgaard. Racing forward into the Denmark zone is Agard. And that battle is won by the Czechs. Natchez through the zone. Cross-ice pass coming in. Shot. Wide attempt there for Jan Rutta, who joined the rush as a defenseman. Now Orgerfield will dump that one into the Czechia zone. Stolen back then by the Czechs down low in their own zone. Hurdle below the goal line. Hurdle plays it ahead then for Rutta, who will backhand that one all the way back into the Denmark zone for an icing against the Czechs yet again with less than 5 minutes to go. A lot of back and forth. This feels like a really close-knit game. Even though I would personally say Czechia has a very much more superior team than Denmark. Denmark holds their own. And they've done a good job here at doing that in this game so far. Up top now, Palat will intercept that puck, backhanded all the way down low into the Denmark zone. Another icing against the Czechs. And I thought that would be called. That wouldn't be called, as thought Denmark touched that puck anyway. Showing off all the Czech fans here in the crowd. Oh, it sold out crowd yet again. Who doesn't love coming and seeing the Olympics? Face off in the Czechia zone, won by the Czechs. They will clear it back into the Denmark zone. Now off the boards. Brugesser will dump that one down low. Ehlers intercepted then down low. Bjorkstrand will clear that one around behind the net. Played back up top. Brugsiger shoots it. Saved by Dostal. Puck goes wide. Cleared all the way back to center. Now Setkov to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand comes in, drops it back to Ehlers. Ehlers up top. Shot. Tipped. And back down low, then into the corner. And Pasternak nearly had a 2-on-1 breakaway. Setkov intercepted. Hronek back over then for Kashe. Back to Hronek. Pasternak moves it now through center. Comes into the zone. Drop pass. Hronek waits. Fires it. Goes wide of Anderson and all the way back into the Czechia zone. 3 minutes to go here in this first period. We are still scoreless. Pasternak down low then. Up top, Gudas will fire that one on. It goes wide of Anderson as well. Now Pasternak forced to center. Denmark poke checks it, had whistle blown. And a face-off coming up outside of the Denmark zone. Offsides against Czechia prior to that call. Scoreless here still in Milan. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Appreciate all your guys' continued support here through these Olympic Games. It's been a lot of fun. I've had a great time. And now we look ahead. Furthermore, in the Olympic qualifiers, you have this one here and then one more later on today. That'll be Sweden versus Latvia. Creates a very interesting matchup there between those two teams, as Latvia always likes to hold their own and has had some upsets previously. Maybe not an Olympic play. Sweden, I feel like they're not playing as well as they could be. Some people have sparked it up to be poor coaching decisions. Haven't watched every single game, so I can't really tell you if that's the case or not, but face-off coming up here now in the neutral zone. It's one back by the Danish. Here they'll regroup on the right side. Cleared all the way back into the Czechia zone. Picked up down low by Kempny. Kempny on the right side to Gudas. Played back up top. Denmark will just barely keep that one in the zone. Whistle blown here. Oh, it still wasn't offside. I guess that did come out just barely. And the refs called Denmark for it. Shots 8-4. One thing I will say about Denmark, they look fast. It's one of their biggest things. They lack the skill, but they got the speed. That's the advantage you need to use here against the Czechs. Face-off won by Denmark. Jensen Abo will dump that one down low into the Czech zone. Dostal back down low for Kempny. Kempny here below the goal line. Over then for Gudas as the puck is tipped. Intercepted by Denmark. Shot on. Goes up and out of play. Here with less than 2.5 minutes to go. Showing off Nick Olesen here in this tournament. 3 games played, 4 points. With Denmark, been one of their best players. That's a guy you need to watch out for. He was on their power play unit. Face-off now is Kampf versus Russell. And they'll blow this one dead again due to a violation. Refs blowing everything. They're getting all the offsides. They're getting all the icings. They're getting everything. All right, on the draw here now. Face-off is won by the Czechs. Dostal will play it with his stick. Back off the boards. And stolen back by Blogesser, who will dump that one down low. Now Czechia gets it back. Hronek will flick it to center. Through the zone now. Natchez comes in. Moves around behind the net. He's tripped. And that will be a penalty against Denmark. And Nature's trip down low in the corner. He's a little slow to get up. And Czechia will head to the power play here, and this is a big advantage for the Czechs. Here with 2:06 left to go. This power play will essentially carry on for the rest of the period. 2:06 left to go. 2-minute power play coming up. And Natchez, I mean, like, what are you going to do on that play? With the speed that Natchez has, he was going to go around you. You're really going to let him go around you? Kind of play you got to make, I guess. Power play here for Czechia. David Pastrnak now up top. Natchez cross-ice pass broken up by Denmark and cleared all the way down the other way. Now Dostal will give it up then for Filip Hronek. Czechia 1 for 8 on their power play at 12.5%. Looking to break that narrative here. Intercepted by Denmark at the line. Here's True, breaking it down low then into the Czechia zone. Hronek now battling for it down low with him shorthanded. Stolen back then by Marty Natchez. Natchez drop pass for Cervenka. Cervenka now below the goal line. Cleared back up top. Pastrnak looks down low. Natchez. Natchez here on the right side feeds it up top. Hronek to Natchez now down low, back for Pastrnak. Pastrnak drops it back to Natchez, who gets knocked down to the ground. Stolen back then by Denmark and backhanded all the way down the other way. Czechia will pick that one up quick, waiting to get on sides. Now into the zone is Andre Palat. He's knocked off the puck. Here comes Denmark the other way. It's Fisker Molgaard. Comes in, fires it, and it goes wide of Dostal. Really good kill here by Denmark, not even giving Czechia anything. Pastrnak turnover, stolen back by Molgaard here in the final minute of the opening period. They will clear that one all the way back down low yet again. Through the neutral zone now. Spot check back over then for Schlappick, who will dump that one down low. Palat off the board, stolen back by Denmark yet again. Here they come the other way. It's a one-on-one, racing in with speed, and coming down to the ice is Eller. Less than 20 seconds to go. Puck is cleared back to center, and Denmark will regroup as the power play winds down. What a kill by Denmark. Jensen Abo will clear that one in on Dostal. He'll make the save. Power play comes to a close, and so does the opening period. What a period that was. No goals scored. Couple power plays between these two teams. That might be the first period of all the games we've commentated where there wasn't a goal scored by either team. And we are scoreless here through 20 minutes of play in Milan. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of the second period momentarily. Starting to lose my voice here for some reason. Oh my God. Sorry guys. How we doing? Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Hope you're all enjoying the commentary. I greatly appreciate it. We are coming up on 2,000 views here on this stream. Thank you all again so much for that. We have not had a commentary stream in these Olympics finish below 2,000 views, which is crazy. Your guys' support has been unreal. I really appreciate it. So now we'll kind of just take a breather and get ready for period number 2 in just a moment. Oh my gosh. Thank you all for tuning in. Like the stream down below. Subscribe if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Great commentary stream here. Great week overall of commentaries. It's been a lot of fun. And this one is shaping up like the rest to be a great one. Take a little breather here for a couple minutes. Stretching. Can't believe we had a bot in here. That was the first time we had a bot in a long time. First time in a hot minute. That's for sure. So scoreless period there in Milan. Some good chances for both sides. Not a lot of shots in that period. Shots were 8-4 in favor of, 8-6 in favor of the Czechs. So Denmark did pick up 2 shots towards the end of that period. Really well played. Again, Denmark, for those who maybe didn't watch their games, they do hold their own. I will give them credit where it's due. They do hold their own at points. It's been a lot of fun to watch them. And I wonder if we could see like some kind of upset here. Frederik Andersen has played well. I don't know. Creates a really interesting upcoming period here. Both teams had a power play. They were 0 for 1 on each of them. Very good PKs by both sides also. And then Dostal and Andersen both played very well. Andersen played great too. I'm good, Lenka. How are you? All right. No problem. All right. 8-6 are the shots in favor of the Czechs. Let's go over the other games that went on today here in the Milano Cortina Olympics. And we'll talk about the women's as well. Why not? So let me pull up the other games here. So we commentated the earlier game, Germany versus France. It was a 5-1 win for Germany. Numerous multi-point games in that one. Switzerland and Italy was also a 3-0 win for the Swiss, as Italy is knocked out of the qualifying rounds. So let's go over those two games here, starting off with Germany and France. 5-1 win for Germany. You start off with an early power play goal by Leon Draisaitl. After that, Germany kind of let things, just like kind of go for them. After that, then you saw a goal from Frederick Tiffels. Was a very nice top corner shot, turnover being forced there off of Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. And then later on in that period, J.J. Peterka picks up a goal there as well, assisted by Tim Stutzle, already a multi-point game for Stu. And it was 3-0 Germany at the end of that first period. And then following that, you see France decides to make a goaltending change. Out goes Junka. In comes Keller. Had a brain fart there for a second. And then France would score not right afterwards, but pretty early into that second period. It was Pierre-Edouard Bellemare from Jordan Perret. It was a pass in front that just accidentally deflected off of a German skate and into the back of the net, and it made it a 3-1 hockey game. France would then pressure for the rest of the period and play pretty well. They matched up to Germany pretty good. It got away from them, though, in the third period as Josh Szymanski scored to make it a 4-1 game, and that was pretty much wraps. And then not long after that, they did pull Keller, but then Nico Sturm scored the empty net goal and make it 5-1 final. Shots in that game were 36-31, which pretty good for France to get that many shots. I thought they did a really good job at keeping the pressure on Grubauer. Grubauer had a great game, 30 saves on 31 shots. When Keller was pulled, I believe he made 21 saves on 22 shots. Beforehand, Junka made 10 saves on 13. He did not play well in this game. You could argue maybe he got the game away from France. Maybe lost the game for France is a better way to say it. A couple multi-point games in that game. Tim Stutzle with 2 assists. Leon Draisaitl, a goal and 2 assists. Josh Szymanski, a goal and an assist. So 3 multi-point games there in that win for Germany over France. And they will move on to play Slovakia. In the other game that happened earlier today. Oh, it's going to make me go back. Stupid fucking. Keeps taking me to the beginning. In the other game that happened today, Switzerland and Italy. It was a 3-0 win for the Swiss. Started off in that first period with a goal from Philip Kurashev and Roman Josi make it 2-0 lead for Switzerland. Second period, there were no goals. Couple penalties called, but no goals. Third period, Nico Hischier picks up his 3rd point of the game. 3-point night for Hischier. 2-point night for Timo Meyer. And a shutout for Leonardo Giannoni gives Switzerland the 3-0 win against Team Italy. They will move on to play Finland in the quarterfinal games. And that sets up these 2 games here later on today. Czechia, Denmark, followed by Sweden versus Latvia. The winner of this game will take on Canada. The winner of Sweden, Latvia will take on the United States. So shaping up to be a fun following week here of hockey. I'm going to mention it once again. We will not be live tomorrow for the quarterfinal games. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do it. I have to go to school as much as I don't want to. I have to. And then we will be live for every other game for the rest of the tournament after that. We'll be live for all the semifinal games, all of the medal games, men's and women's included. So don't you worry. We'll have plenty of commentaries here on the channel regardless of that. So thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also like the stream down below. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. We got about 6 minutes to go here until the start of the second period here from Milan. Gotta sharpen my pencil again. I feel like I just sharpened it. All right, gonna sharpen my pencil super quick. Oh. Huh. All right, let me get a pencil sharpener. Gotta grab the big thing. Way it's easier to write. Not writing with a dull pencil. Dull ass pencil. All right. All right. Perfect. Okay. 3.5 minutes, it says, till the start of period number 3, so we'll already get ready for that soon. What's your 50K bet? How is it already screwed? There's no goals. $50K on Czechia to win 4-3. Hey, that can still happen, bro. That can still happen. Game ain't over yet, brother. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of period number 2 between Team Czechia and Team Denmark. First period recap, no goals scored in that first period. Shots were 8-6 in favor of Czechia. As we look ahead here to period number 2. And Denmark enters the ice. Frederik Andersen just hit the camera. How dare you? That's crazy. Look out for the camera guy, Freddie. Come on. All right, pulling up the thing here. All right. Period number 3 coming up in just a moment. Again, the winner of this game will take on Canada in the quarterfinals tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. It would mean a lot to me. We are less than 70 subscribers away from 3,600. So your guys' support is very much so appreciated. And they just cut to commercial at a horrible time. Why is Peacock cutting now? This better just be one break. Or otherwise I'm going to crash out. It's just... We're literally about to start the second, and they just cut the commercial break. You couldn't have cut the commercial break any other time? There's actually no way. My God. It's still a commercial break. Are you serious right now? What if I exit out and go back in? Do I want to do that? Because they literally were coming back on the ice and then Peacock just cuts the commercial. What the hell? Who the hell does that? What kind of goofy crap is this? All right, there we go. Second period is underway here from Milan as they cut me out of it again. What is happening? I want to watch the game. What do you mean this event will resume shortly? You just showed me it. Oh my God, Milan is bugging. So what is happening? Hello? There we go. All right. They let a replay just go through, and they let Freddie make a glove save before they cut back so I can commentate the damn game. My God. Shots 9-7 in favor of Czechia now as I missed like 2 minutes of the first period. More like 30 seconds, but whatever. It's fine. All right, period number 2 is underway. Face-off here in the Denmark zone. Won by Denmark. Sorry, guys, for that error. That wasn't me. That was my stupid Peacock. Here's Lars Eller now clearing it down low into the Czechia zone. Dostal off the boards. Kempny then played ahead for Hurdle. Commercials 1, Olympics 0. Here's Zetkak. Will clear it all the way back out to center. Racing for it then as Eller played ahead then and backhanded down low quickly by Jensen. Puck is cleared all the way back to center. Racing for it now is Andre Cachet. Will fire it on. And it goes wide of Anderson. Back down low into the corner. Oh, I'd crash out if they missed the goal. Hurdle on the right side. Stolen back then by Denmark and cleared back into the Czechia zone. David Spacek will hold it here now in the Czech end. Gives it up then. Rudda cross ice pass to Natchez, or at least he tries to get it there. Now dump back down low into the Denmark zone. Jensen Abba will move it here through center. Pass back over then. And banked off the boards by defenseman Matthias Layson. Dostal out of his own net then to play it. Spacek tied up against the corner with 2 Denmark players. Pastrnak off the bench now will break it through center. Rudda dumps it down low. Picking it up then on the right side is Schlappick. Stolen back then by Natchez. Natchez will flip that puck over. He's hit by Russell. And Denmark re-controls the puck. Breaking it out now through center is Oliver Lauritsen. Dumps it down low into the Czechia zone. David Tomasek breaks it through center. Tomasek with some room. Behind the net, throws it in front. And broken up then yet again by Lauritsen. Kept into the point then by Czechia. Cleared around now behind the net. Ehlers. Cross ice pass. Stolen back by the Czechs. Ehlers gets it right back. He'll loop it around and feed it back down low as he falls down to his feet. Now Lauritsen here for Denmark will throw that puck around. Stolen back then by the Czechs. They go offsides, so that will be blown dead. Shots 9-7 in favor of the Czechs here in this second period. Still a scoreless hockey game. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Face off now outside of the Denmark zone. Won by the Czechs. Gudas. Right side over then now. Trying to break that one through the zone and dumping it down low is Agard. Now Pastrnak battling for it on the right side. Cleared back down low. Getting to it is Michael Kempny, Stanley Cup champion with the Washington Capitals. Broken up then by Sedlak. Denmark gets it right back. The Danish have done a good job at not really giving Czechia a lot of room. No icing here as the puck slides into the Czechia zone. Kempny now will clear it off the boards to center. Sedlak comes in, drop back to Palat. Palat dekes in. Sedlak down low. Behind the net then, pass in front. Pastrnak can't get it there, right on a stick. Stolen back then by Denmark, who will poke check it ahead. And what was going on over there? Now intercepted in front. Jensen in! And can't get the shot on Dostal clearly. Now Kempny off the boards. Cross ice pass then for Kashe. In front then, saved by Anderson. Hurdle now in front. Kashe dekes in. Pass over! Save! Rebound by Palat, jabbing at that puck. It goes back down low to the corner. And now Palat takes a stick to the face. And Lars Eller will head to the box. And Czechia gets a power play. Palat is down. And I thought for sure Czechia was going to connect there and make it a 1-0 lead. But Fredrik Andersen with a massive save keeps this one a scoreless hockey game here. What a pass from Kashe to Palat, who was open in front. And Anderson robs Palat with a big pad save. Really impressive there. And now we will see Czechia head to the power play here. For the second time tonight, it's Eller for high stick. Face-off. Coming up here now in the Denmark zone. Off the draw, one around now by Denmark, kept in by Czechia. Cervenka will clear back down low then for Hronek. Hronek off the boards for Pastrnak. Pastrnak will backhand it down low, stolen back by Denmark, who will backhand it all the way back down low into the Czechia zone. Hronek picks it back up for the Czechs. Pastrnak breaks it through center. Cross ice pass then. Coming in deep into the zone is Sedlak, back up top. Cervenka. Down low then. Sedlak to Cervenka on the right side. 40 seconds gone already on the power play. Cervenka to Hronek. Hronek to Pastrnak. Saved by Anderson, who covers up the 1T. He was ready for that. A 1:15 left to go here on this power play. Shots are now 12-7 in favor of the Czechs. They're starting to pick things up here. Face-off coming up here yet again here in the Denmark zone. Won by the Danish, who will slap shot that one around back into the Czechia zone. Dostal back down low then for Hronek. Hronek drops it back for Natchez. Natchez, right side to Pastrnak. Pastrnak to Natchez. Pass is blocked. Now Cervenka, back to Natchez, or at least he tries to get it there. It's backhanded out then by the Danish to center. Pastrnak back down low then for Hronek. Hronek here now through center. Cross ice pass. Pastrnak picks it up. Down low then, Cervenka back up to Pasta. Hronek to Pastrnak. Pastrnak comes in. Down the right side, drop back to Cervenka. Cervenka up top. Hronek pass over. They score! Marty Natchez, one-timer on the power play. And Czechia has struck first here halfway through the second. Phenomenal movement there by the Czechs. Just tic-tac-toe passing play. Marty Natchez, who's up top, high right side. It'll be Cervenka and Hronek with the assists. And Marty Natchez on the 1T. 1-0 Czechia. What a shot by Marty Natchez. Official assist on the goal are Hronek and Cervenka. And that is the third goal of the tournament for Natchez. And it is a 1-0 lead for the Czechs. Here's Hurdle now up top, shot on gloved by Anderson, who has, regardless of the score, has played pretty well here tonight. Marty Natchez, who has had a phenomenal season with the Colorado Avalanche, continues things on here with Team Czechia. Natchez now picks up his 8th goal in a commentary stream. Face off here now in the Denmark zone, won by the Danish. Olesen now cross ice pass. Denmark will dump that one back to center. Picked up then by Hurdle. Hurdle with some room, moves in. What a play there by Thomas Hurdle. Could not get it through the legs of the Danish defenseman. Now Andre Cachet on the right side will move it below the goal line. Trying to feed a pass in front, went off the back of the net. Stolen back by Denmark and cleared all the way back into the Czechia zone. Wide of Dostal, icing against Denmark. It's been a lot of Czechia here so far through this second period. Marty Natchez with a power play goal. 1-0 Czechia. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. It would mean a lot to me as we're trying to get to 4,600 subscribers is our next goal here on the channel. Face off yet again now in the Danish zone. Won by the Czechs. Hronek, cross ice, shot. Saved by Anderson. Czechia goal, let's go. Yeah, big test tomorrow versus Canada for Czechia. Arrested Canada at that. I think it's interesting, too, because, you know, you see how, and I always like to say this, it's difficult to beat a team twice. Especially in a tournament like this, it's very difficult to do that. If Czechia does match up against Canada, I'm not saying that Czechia would beat Canada, but it would be a lot closer than some of you may think. It's really hard to beat a team twice. Very difficult. So here in commercial break here, just give us a couple of moments. Thank you all for tuning in. Stick around for the final half here of this game. We are about to cross over the 3,000 view mark on this commentary stream yet again. Thank you all so much for your continued support. We have not had a commentary stream finish below 3,000 views in these Olympics. I really appreciate it, guys. It means a lot to me. Thank you all so much. Denmark really needs to start building up some momentum here. It's been all Czechia, essentially, here in this second period. Face-off now won by the Czechs. Cleared back down low then in the corner. Trying to move that one around behind the net then is Schlappick. He's knocked down to the ground. Denmark will take it back. Attempt to flick it out to center. They'll get it there successfully. Czechia will get it back and backhanded down low. Pressure keeps on coming. David Kampf's stick shatters. Now Jensen feeds it ahead, then off the boards. Into the zone now. Brugerson will dump it down low. Czechia steals it back. Natchez. Played back then for Kampf. Kampf for Hronek now below the goal line. Back up to Kampf. Cross-ice pass into the zone now. Shot off the helmet of Anderson on a good chance there from Jacob Fleck. Fourth liner there for this team. Now down low in the zone is Stransky. Stransky looking for a open ice pass. Rada, shot, save, rebounds there. And Spacek cannot tuck it. Czechia will keep it in the zone and keep on hemming Denmark. Now Fleck battling for that puck, taken back then by Denmark. Here come the Danish through the zone. Ehlers off the boards, will move to center. Ehlers waits, fires it. Save there. I think it might have went off the post. Up top now, Denmark keeps the pressure. Lawson, cross-ice pass. Into the zone now, Stretkak will shoot that one wide. Ehlers gets it back now here on the right side. Drop back down low in front. Save by Dostal. Huge shot there for Setkov. And he is swiftly denied by the Ducks goaltender. He has not faced a ton of action here tonight. Probably the best save he's had. Czechia will clear it down low then into the Denmark zone. Behind the net then, Lawson will move that one for Denmark. Cross-ice pass off the boards for Wisht. And dump back down low into the Czechia zone for yet again another icing against the Danish. So a little moment there, a little brief moment of pressure. Face off here now, won by Czechia. Gudis dumped down low. Pastrnak will steal it back. David Pastrnak here now down low, battling for it. Will throw it down low then to Sedlak and cleared back to center. Now down low, Anderson gets it right back for Denmark. Will bank it off the boards or at least try to. Cleared back into the Czechia zone. Denmark will keep it in. Here's True. Down low, pass in front. They score! Denmark has tied the game. It's Alexander True. He fools Dostal. And we are tied. And just like that, folks, things got very interesting here in Milan. And after Denmark really not getting a ton of action, trying to pick up my charger. Denmark not really getting a ton of action in this middle frame. A nice little pass in front. And Alexander True from Joachim Blichfeld makes it a 1-1 hockey game here in period number 2. So Denmark has tied things up here in the Santa Giulia Arena. And now things get very interesting here. Why is my thing lagging? How's the quality? Is the quality good for you guys? I'm experiencing lag. Is it lagging for you guys too? Czechia now breaks it through center. Here's Hurdle now down the right side. Hurdle trying to move it below the goal line. Pass back down low then through the neutral zone. Pass in front then for Kashe. Can't get there in time. Now Hronek fires it down low behind the net. Hurdle. Down low here now in the corner. Will look for options. Pass up top. Hronek a shot. And that one goes wide. We are halfway through the second period and halfway through the game. Denmark has tied things up here at 1. Into the zone now. Andre Kashe back to Palat. Fires it. Save there by Anderson. Yeah, both goalies look like they're very sound. They're both playing very well. So here between Denmark and Czechia, as True ties the game up at 1 here in the playoff qualifier. And me personally, I would definitely consider Denmark and Czechia as a pretty big upset, honestly. I would. If Denmark would be able to pull off the upset, that'd be pretty significant. But only time will tell if they'll be able to. Back here in Milan, Alexander True with the game-tying goal. Makes it 1-1 here. Midway through the second period. Shots are 18-10. Dostal's only faced 10 shots. He saved 9 of them. Anderson already with 17 saves here midway through this second period. Face-off coming up here now yet again in the Denmark zone. In the Milano Cortina Olympics. Face-off is blown dead due to a violation. We will retry that yet again. Update the shots very quickly. Face-off here now, won by Czechia. Natchez on the right side, cross-ice pass. Rudda waits, fires it, it's in! David Kampf, the pass in front. And it's 2-1 Czechia, just like that. The Czechs have answered back. Nice little pass in front there from Jan Rudda. David Kampf tucks in the rebound. A secondary assist for Marty Natchez. Multi-point game for Natchez, and it is 2-1. 9:45 left to go in the second after Denmark scored. Just a little bit over a minute later, Marty Natchez to Jan Rudda, and then David Kampf ties, makes it a 2-1 lead here for the Czechs. Is it me, or do these NHL players play better for their country? Oh, 100%. It's a lot different playing for your country as opposed to playing for your NHL team. You're obviously loyal to your NHL team. You would play hard for them too, but when you're playing for your country, it's a different type of fire in you. Cervenka, shot saved there by Anderson, cleared back around behind the net. Now Ehlers will attempt to play it the other way. Off the boards, Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand, drop back then. Russell, back to Bjorkstrand down low in the corner. Czechia trying to play it back. Ehlers, off the boards for Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand to Ehlers. Trying to throw a pass in front then. Russell, back for Ehlers here on the right side. Cross ice in front then for Lauridsen. Back up top, shot. Saved by Anderson, rebound was there. And Dostal keeps it out. When you have very few games to play and win, the stakes are higher. Definitely, you are right about that. You are absolutely right about that. Take a look at David Kampf. First goal here in this tournament for Czechia was a former Toronto Maple Leaf, went to Vancouver after not getting playing time in Toronto. Has struggled there, that's for sure. But representing Czechia here in these Olympics. Face-off now in the Denmark zone. Slap shot goes up in the air and out of play. Don't spoil. .846 left to go in the second. Shots 21-11. Off the draw, Denmark fires it down low now. Pasternak broken up. Cervenka racing for it. Comes into the zone. Fires it. He scores! Roman Cervenka, the captain for this Czechia team. And the Czechs have regained their 2-goal lead here once again. 3-1. Roman Cervenka, 39-year-old captain of this Czechia team. And for the first time here tonight, they have a 2-goal lead. That is absolutely huge. And what a shot at that. In and out immediately. You can't even tell. Off the top glove side. There on Freddie Anderson. What a play. 3-1. 8:36 left to go in the second period. Assisted by David Pastrnak, who now has his first point of the night. Nearly had a multi-point game, but if they counted third assists, he would have had the assist on the Natchez goal. But that was just great movement on the power play. Tomas Hertl being forced back down low into his own zone. So 4-3. Whoever wanted 4-3, that's still a possibility. Here's Hertl, a shot. That one goes wide. Now cleared back down low into the corner. Palat. Down low now then for Kashe. Kashe fires it on. It's blocked in front now. Hertl down low in the corner. Will feed it back up top. Dumped around behind the Denmark net. Now Natchez back in front. Natchez waits, fires it on. And off of Denmark and wide. Puck comes out to center. Nearly taking advantage of that is Denmark defenseman Lauritsen. Could not get that one there. Now Kempny battling for it with Setkov. Puck is cleared back to center. Kampf into the zone. Try to set a cross-ice pass. Up top now, Gudis a shot. Saved by Anderson. Schlappick feeds it up top. Kempny drops it back. Natchez moves to center. Dekes in. Waits. Fires it off the pad of Anderson. Puck stays in play. Denmark will clear back to center. Gudis up then for Natchez. Spinorama move there. We'll backhand that one down low. It's offsides. And that's why you don't deke at the blue line. That's why you don't deke at the blue line. Oh, that's why. Why is it glitching so bad? What the hell? That's why. It's dropping a lot of frames. That's why it's really laggy. Why is it doing that? It's really weird. I've never seen that before. Sorry about that, guys. I just realized what the problem was with the stream. Denmark now clearing it back down low here into the zone. Try to throw a pass to center. 6.5 minutes to go here in this second period. Through the neutral zone now. Through his legs, behind the net then, Strefsky. Broken up then by Eller. Eller here now on the right side. Lars Eller breaks it through center, 3-on-2. We'll wrap that one around, stolen back then by Šimik up to Pastrnak. Pastrnak back. We'll move it ahead here through center. Hronek to Pastrnak, cross-ice pass. Pass in front. Save there by Anderson. Hronek to Pasta. Pasta now behind the net. David Pastrnak now down low below the goal line. We'll feed that one back up top. Now Spacek. Back to Pasta. Pasta. Over then for Rutta. Jan Rutta here now behind the net then. Back to Cervenka. Cervenka up top to Spacek. Spacek right side. Pastrnak then over for Sedlak. Pastrnak a shot, and that one goes way wide. And all the way back to center. Whistle blown here for a icing, I believe, against Denmark. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Having some connection problems here. I apologize. Dropped 11,000 frames. That's not fun. Thank you all for staying in the stream, though, despite that. Trying to figure out what the issue is. My KPPS just like all of a sudden just drops randomly. It's really weird. It looks like it's okay now. That was really weird. Like all of a sudden it just like, it was really weird. It just plummeted. It was really strange. All right. Face-off coming up here now in the Czechia zone. I'll keep an eye on my KPS. That was really weird. Face-off here now in the Czechia zone. Andre Cachet now will break it through center. Palat. Bank back off the boards then. Down low here in the corner. Hurdle. Fires it on. Saved by Anderson. Cleared back down low into the right side. Palat now below the goal line. Palat now behind the net. Will feed it back up top. Gudis a shot. Blocked. Rebound in front there for Cachet. Broken up then quickly by Ehlers. Ehlers cross ice pass then to Russell. Russell will dump it down low. Off the boards now, Ehlers with that puck will try and keep it in the zone. And Ehlers knocked down at the line. He looks like he's hurt. Looks like there will be a penalty coming up here against Czechia. Sorry, trying to sort the FPS problem out. It looks like it's fixed for now, so that's good. Now we will see a Denmark power play coming up here in just a moment. And a big opportunity here for the Danish to possibly try and get themselves back in the game. Face-off coming here now in the Czechia zone. Kampf versus Eller. Face-off won now by Czechia. Now David Kampf will break it here shorthanded. Cleared down low now into the zone. Now Stefkovsky will battle for that puck. Cleared around back down low into the Denmark corner. Ehlers back then for Jensen Abo. Jensen Abo now will drop that one back. Czechia with the 2-goal lead. Denmark breaks it into the zone. They're offsides. There you go. Little over 4 minutes to go here in this second period. I do want to apologize again, guys. I'm sorry for the error with the FPS. It looks like it's fixed now. Was having problems. My mom was using the treadmill, and I guess that my stream was not a fan of that. It's just like, I don't like somebody else using all the Wi-Fi. Because it does require Wi-Fi to use the treadmill when you use we have one of those upgraded treadmills where it has the TV and stuff. And I guess it uses the Wi-Fi. Then I'm not a fan of that. Almost halfway through the Denmark power play. I'll go back to commentating the game now. Holding it down low here in the Denmark zone. Trying to break that one through center was the likes of Nick Olesen. Cleared back down low then into the Czechia zone. Dustal behind the net then for Gudis, who will clear that one the other way for the Czechs. Back into the Danish zone. Around now off the boards. Trying to break that one out through center. Olesen. Back ahead then for Fisker Molgaard. Olesen clears it down low. Fisker Molgaard now below the goal line will take it around behind the net. Pass back then Olesen to Fisker Molgaard. Back to Olesen. Olesen feeds it up top. Pass back over then down low. Shot saved by Dostal and Blitzfeld. Stolen back then by the Czechs. Hronek will attempt to clear. Kept in by Denmark. 20 seconds to go. Fisker Molgaard now behind the net. Pass in front. Olesen to Fisker Molgaard. Back down low. Olesen in front. They score! What a play by Nick Olesen. A power play goal for Denmark. And don't look now. It's 3-2. Not a whole lot was going on there on that Denmark power play, but Nick Olesen decides to put things together. Assist on that goal is Oscar Fisker Molgaard. and Joachim Blichfeld. And Denmark is now back within one. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. It would mean a lot as we're trying to get to 4,600 subscribers. Puck is cleared back into the Czechia zone. Now down low, Jan Rutta will try and clear to center. Holding it down low now. Spacek will drop it back for Rutta. Banked off the boards, back down low into the Denmark zone. Jensen Abo will try and clear that one away. Now Russell on the right side will regroup them with that puck. Pastrnak breaks this one through center. David Pastrnak comes into the zone, battling for it then down low in the corner. Now Cervenka, who has a goal here tonight, up top. Rutta, a shot goes wide of Anderson. Now Bjorkstrand behind the net then for Jensen Abo, who will break this one through center. Here's a break the other way. Bjorkstrand comes in. Saved by Dostal to nearly tie the game. Bjorkstrand sent on a 1-0 breakaway all of a sudden, and it would not go. Kampf now will dump it back into the Denmark zone. He tried to throw a pass in front. Now back up top. Hronek a shot. That one's blocked. Played back away then by the Danish. Not the Denmarks. The Denmarks. Schlappick intercepted then by Denmark. Through the neutral zone. Bank back down low into the Czechia end. Hronek will clear it around behind the net. And an icing against Czechia. Shots 26-14, and Nick Olsson with a huge goal for the Danish to make it a one-goal game, and Oliver Bjorkstrand with a nearly game-tying goal, but he was denied by Dostal with the pad. Approaching the final minute of play here in period number 2. Denmark here now with the puck in their own end. Cleared back down low then into the Czechia zone. Hronek. Right side Olsson. Trying to jab that puck away down low. 5 goals in this second period already. Bank back to center. Down low then, regrouping with the puck, is Jensen Abo. Behind the Denmark net. Here he'll break it through center. Jensen Abo now off the boards for Ehlers. Cross-ice pass. Bjorkstrand will fire that one on. It goes wide. Now cleared back up top. Jensen Abo now down low. Bjorkstrand. Right side. Intercepted and blocked there. A near breakaway for Fleck, and offsides called. How was there not a penalty called there? I was so confused. 6.9 left in the second. Sorry about that. Hard to see sometimes here with being on a TV. We have just crossed over the 4,000 view mark for this commentary stream. Thank you all very much for your continued support here once again through these Olympic Games. It's greatly appreciated. Puck is dumped back down low into the Czechia zone, and that will do it for period number 2. 0 goals in that opening period, 5 in the middle frame. And going down the list here, got to check my notes really quick. Marty Natchez, Alexander True, David Kampf, Roman Cervenka, and Nick Olsson make it a 3-2 lead for Czechia at the end of 40 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of period number 3 momentarily. What a period that was. A lot of fun. That's a definite. And now as we wait for the start of the third, going to catch up real quick on my Watch with Nordic stat sheet. Oh my gosh. So again, as I said, we'll be live for Sweden and Latvia. That is the later game here tonight on the broadcast. 3:10 start time for that one. So stay tuned for that, guys. Marty Natchez with his 18th point and 19th point, actually, in commentary streams as well. Filip Hronek also with an assist on that goal as well. So a very well played second period there, mostly by Czechia, but Denmark got their licks in. Definitely, they definitely got their licks in. Multi-point game for Roman Cervenka, who got an assist on that Marty Natchez goal. He has 2 points tonight. Marty Natchez himself has 2 points tonight as well. Cervenka, first goal and point in the commentary stream. Becomes the 683rd player to register a point. That's pretty nifty. It's pretty cool seeing, new guys get on the point sheets. First goal in Denmark history as well. Did Alexander True ever play in the NHL? That's what I'm wondering. Let's go look him up. He sounds really familiar. I wonder if, he's been in the NHL. He has. Yes, he has. Or he is. I'm not sure if he is anymore. I feel like we've commentated him before. Yeah, now I look at the stats. He has been in the NHL before. He played 27 games in the NHL. Yeah, it's looking better for that guy who bet 50K on Czechia to win 4-3. Yeah, he did play. He played in the AHL as recent as 23-24. Decided to leave for the SHL. Is playing in Liga this year. I figured he was, he sounded so familiar. I'm like, Alexander True, that sounds so familiar. And there you go. He's literally been in the NHL before. All right. 3-2 hockey game after 40 minutes of play. Things set themselves up to be very interesting here. Heading into period number 3. Joachim Blichfield as well, with 2 assists in that second period on both of the Denmark goals. He has himself a multi-point game here as well. A lot of multi-point games here in this one tonight, or in this overall tournament and in this day. That's for sure. Oh my God, that's David Kampf's first point in a commentary. Kind of surprises me. Wow. Yeah, Denmark is definitely not a pushover. I wouldn't say that. They're still a very good team. They shape up well. Annoying underdog team. Like, they're like Latvia in a way. They like have like, you know, like they're not an NHL level. They're not as good as these other nations, but they always put up a fight. They typically never win them though. That's the thing. Like if you're looking for Denmark to win this, I doubt it. It wouldn't be crazy though. Well, no, it would be crazy, but I wouldn't mind seeing an upset. Like you hardly ever see upsets anymore. Especially in this day and age. It's like not even a actual occurrence anymore. All right, almost done updating the stat sheet. All right. Nope. All right. Third period, about 9.5 minutes, it says on my feed. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated. Oh, just threw that down the wrong way. $751, $752. Only real upset would be if any team beats Canada. Yeah. If anybody besides Canada beats the US too, I'm not gonna lie. I would consider this an upset too if Denmark beat Czechia. In my opinion, I would. All right. Third period says 6.5 minutes. In time, we will get there. In time. Always feels like forever with these long intermissions. Definitely. Think Canada could build a second team with all the NHL players that didn't make this roster and win a medal. They win a medal for sure. I don't know about going like I think they could win a bronze. That's how, but that's because Canada's like the far superior hockey nation. Obviously, I mean, like I'm not surprising anybody when I say that. Ugh. Am I doing play-by-play? Yes. We're just stuck in intermission right now. Just kind of taking a breath here real quick. Welcome to the stream, Mind Psychology. Just taking a quick deep breaths. 3.5 minutes, I think that says, till the start of the third. So we're almost there. I believe. It's worth noting we'll be live later on this week for a what was I going to say? We'll be live later on this week for a college hockey matchup between the University of New Hampshire and Boston College. Is likely going to be our matchup there at the end of the week. So another college hockey matchup before we resume NHL play. And then that'll probably be it for college hockey streams until the Frozen Four. I meant to do more. I wanted to do more, but I opted to work instead. I apologize, guys, but wanted to get some more work hours in there. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 between Team Czechia and Team Denmark here tonight. Second period recap. Let me check my notes here really quickly. There was a lot of goals in that middle frame. Marty Natchez, Alexander True, David Koff, Roman Chervenka, and Nick Olesen make it a 3-2 lead for Czechia heading into period number 3. The winner of this game will take on Canada in the quarterfinals tomorrow afternoon in Milan. As always, thank you all very much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you are brand new to the channel and you enjoy the commentary, subscribe down below. Obviously, maybe don't subscribe now. Maybe wait till you hear the commentary and then see if you like it or not. We do commentary for all 32 teams and then some. We do some college hockey here. We do a bunch of international play as well. Here in the second season of our live commentary streams. As we get ready for the third period. Coming up here in just a moment. Shots through 40 minutes of play. 26-14 in favor of Czechia. Both goaltenders still out there on the ice as it was the same. And again, it is the second to last game of the quarterfinals, and here we go. Period number 3 between Czechia and Denmark. The winner will advance to the quarterfinals. And we are underway. Face-off is won back by the Czechs. Slap shot down low into the Denmark zone by Hronek. Right side now, backhanded down low into the corner. Now Bruschiger will clear it behind the net. Kept in then by Kashe. Down low now, Cervenka. Looks up top, Simek. Waits, fires it. Deflected in the air and back into the corner. Down low now, Beauregard will back off the boards, then ahead. And stolen back by the Czechs, cleared back down low. I'm going for communications. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to, practice my commentary, but also grow a fan base here on the channel with the commentaries while still going to school at the same time. So, yeah, no commentaries tomorrow because of school. The rest of the week, there will be commentaries, though, after tomorrow. Here's Tomas Hertl now moving it through center. Cross-ice pass up top. Shot from Kashe. Saved by Anderson. He goes down. Hertl trying to play that one around. Now up top. Gudas fires it on. And it goes out of play. Shots 26-14 in favor of the Czechs. Nothing has changed. Frederick Anderson, 23 saves on 23 shots. Lucas Dostal, 12 saves on 14 shots. Eller now taking the draw against Kampf. Face-off won by Czechia. Necas down low here below the goal line, trying to wrap around with that puck, looking for options. Necas drop back to Kampf. Kampf in front! And a save by Anderson. Necas, another chance. Save there if that even got on. Hronek to Necas. Marty Necas now regroups up top. Necas dekes in, fires it. And that one goes back down low to the corner. I'm not really betting on anybody. I think Czechia probably wins this game, though. Here's Simek. Deking in. Loses that puck. Back down low now to the corner. Hronek. Cross ice to Necas. Necas loses it in his skates. Played back up top. Philip Hronek. Now behind the net. Feeds a puck in front. Back down low now to the corner. Schlappick battling for it down low now with Eller. Played back off the boards then by Denmark. All the way to center. Now both teams will take the chance to get a line change here. Regrouping in his own zone is Denmark. Cleared back into the Czech end. Dostal will play it back down low for Spacek. Spacek banked off the boards back into the Denmark zone. Cleared off the boards now in the corner. Pass in front. And play is cleared all the way back into the Czechia zone. Spacek will break it through center. Pasternak comes in, waits, fires it. Saved by Anderson. And he was behind him. He decides to lay down. It's right there against the goal line as they show the net camera. And David Pasternak probably would have put this game away. But Frederik Andersen staying superior. Some chances there for Natchez and Pasternak. Oh, he got that with a diving pad. What a stop by Freddie Andersen. Wow. Incredible. Face-off now in the Denmark zone once again. The Danish need a game-tying goal. Backhanded down low into the Czechia and Gudis. Off the boards to center. David Pasternak comes in. Cross-ice pass broken up then by Denmark. Here they come the other way. Racing here now through the zone is Bjorkstrand, who will fire that one wide. Now Olesen will backhand that one behind the net. Gudis battling forward. Olesen trying to get that puck in front. Here's a backhand, and that one goes wide. Czechia steals it back. Up top, Jensen Abo can't keep it in the zone. Now Kepney will clear. Racing forward is Sedlak, but he is offsides. So they will blow that play dead. Shots 28-14 here as a result. You look at Frederik Andersen, 25 saves on 28 shots. Has played well here tonight. You look at these two goaltenders in live commentary streams. Frederik Andersen playing in his 8th commentary. He is 3-2-2 with a 2.57 and an 8.78 in the other commentaries prior. Lucas Dostal playing in the 6th commentary, 2-3 previously, with a 2.4 and a 9.08 in commentary streams as well. Trying to clear that one out of the zone. It's kept in, though, by Czechia. Palat up top. Hurdle the shot. And out of play. Four minutes gone here in this third period. Face off here now in the Denmark zone. At center now. Shot on Dostal. It goes wide on a good chance there from the likes of Morten Poulsen. Icing here against Czechia. Face-off will come back in the Czechia zone. Nice arena here in Milano Cortina. A lot of fans here in attendance, which you love to see. Czechia fans, Denmark fans, even got some Canada fans in the stand as well. They're following this game very intensely. Face-off now on the right side. Ehlers back down low to Russell. Russell fires it wide. Now down low in the corner. Up top now. Seamek will clear that one all the way back into the Denmark zone. Shots 29-14. Jensen Abo. Played ahead then for Ehlers. Ehlers to center. Shoots it. Tipped off a stick. Stays in play. Ehlers. Down low now on the right side. Bjorkstrand will clear it behind the net. Ehlers trying to get that puck back. Denmark keeping it in the zone. Russell behind the net. Looks. Ehlers. Bjorkstrand now on the right side will clear it back down low into the corner. Can't really get a shot on. Poulsen will dump that one now behind the net. Played back up top. Shot on, goes wide off of a chance from Setkov. Jan Rutta now trying to get that puck and clear it away. Kept in the zone by Denmark. They keep the pressure on. They have yet to get a shot here in this third period. Icing here against Czechia once again. As Denmark just kind of keeping the puck in the zone. You need to get that top line out there. They desperately need a game-tying goal here. And I think they're doing an all right job at, getting pressure, but they need more of it. 14 shots ain't going to cut it. Face off here now in the Czechia zone. I will be doing Latvia and Sweden, yes. Spacek now holding it down low in the Czechia zone. Behind Dostal. Spacek cleared to center. Through the neutral zone, Chervenko will dump that one down low. Puck goes up and out of play as a result. We just crossed over the 5,000 view mark on this commentary stream. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate your support. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are over halfway to our goal here for the first half of 2026. How is Ehlers doing? He's all right. You can see he's definitely active. Like, you can tell he's out there. What's up, JJ? Welcome to the stream, brother. Here's Pastrnak now into the zone. Looks for options. David Pastrnak up top. Shot from the point, gloved by Anderson. There's his 27th save of the game. Czechia's 30th shot. 6 minutes gone here in Milan. And it is a 1-goal game. All right, I'm going to go use the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. All right, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Did not miss a thing. Face-off coming up here in the Denmark zone. The Danish. Am I going to stream Finland, Switzerland? Sadly not. No games tomorrow. We'll be live for every other game the rest of the tournament, though, regardless of what it is. Tomorrow I can't. I have school. I can't skip school. Although I will be skipping school on Friday. But that's the semis, so it's fine. Would you rather me stream the quarters or the semis? I think the semis would do better. Face-off here now, won by Czechia. Cleared back to the right side. Pastrnak will deke in. Over them for Simek. He's broken up. Now Denmark will clear out to center. Racing for it then is Gudas now. And an icing against Denmark, so it doesn't really matter. Got, I forget his name, but you have the Islanders broadcaster here calling this game on the Peacock NBC network. Doesn't really matter to you guys. I'm calling this one. Face off here now in the Denmark zone once again. Won by Czechia. Pastrnak trying to get a shot on Anderson. Sedlak's right down there as well. Cleared back up top. Shot on is off of the chest of Anderson back down low into the corner. Hronek back to Pasternak. Eller now down low in the corner with Sedlak. Yeah, I think this might be his last year in the NHL. Because I can't remember how old he is, but I think he's getting up there in age. I actually don't really mind the shorter rink. Or however it is. I think it's actually fine. Here's Denmark now breaking it through center. Backhanded deep there into the zone. Dostal comes out of his net to play it. Spacek now on the right side to center. Denmark still looking for a shot. Here's Hertl with some room. Hertl looks. Takes it around now behind the net. Fed back up top. Shot is blocked in front in the crease. Just wide as Kashe nearly tucked it. And that probably would have been game. But here comes Denmark. 2-on-2 the other way. They'll flick it into the zone. That's Molgaard. Down low here in the corner, battling for that puck with Rutta. Puck will go back out to center. Yeah, he's getting up there in age. I think he might just retire. I know he's on an expiring contract. Ehlers clears it down low. 8 minutes gone here in period number 3. Ehlers now behind the net. Trying to handle that one down low. Feeds it up top. Intercepted by Gudas. Now Czechia plays it back the other way. Natchez through the zone. Wraps it back around on the right side. And now we get a whistle here as the net comes off its hinges. And Radko Gudas getting into it with Brugesser. Something interesting happened there in front. I'm not exactly sure what. But Gudas was getting into it there with Brugesser, and we stopped play. There's a Radko Gudas fan club, apparently. He's going to the penalty box. And it's a Denmark power play coming up for goalie interference. Huge opportunity here for Denmark to possibly tie the game. And now things are getting extremely interesting here in this one. I don't know, guys. We'll have to see what happens. So Denmark power play coming up. Shots are 30-14. Here in this third period, Denmark yet to register a single shot. Face-off now won by Denmark. Played back up to the point. Kept in the zone by the Danish. Around now behind the net. Molgaard to the right side. Olesen to Molgaard. Molgaard will play it back up top. Blichfeld regrouping on the right side. Puck slides in on Dostal. He'll make the save and cleared by Czechia. The previous goal by Denmark was on the power play. We'll see if that matters here. Brugesser back to Molgaard. Molgaard now will try and get it into the zone. They'll do so successfully. Broken up then quickly by Palat, who will break it down the other way. Yeah, Brendan Burke. That's right. Forgot his name. Jesper now regrouping behind the Denmark net. Here he'll break it through center. Puck is dropped back quickly then for Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand comes into the zone. Back to Russell. Russell drops it back up top. Jensen Abo back to Ehlers. Bjorkstrand Abo back over then. Bjorkstrand a shot. Gloved by Dostal. And now Denmark getting some chances here. That's exactly what you want to see if you're the Danish fans. We'll see if they'll be able to tie this game up here. Things are going to get interesting. Face off here now in the Czechia zone. 10.5 minutes to go here in period number 3. 40 seconds left on the Denmark power play. Trying to keep that one in the zone. Kampf steals it back and clears after a fumble there from a Denmark defenseman. Jensen Abo breaks it back through center. Played ahead then for Ehlers. Ehlers, cross ice down low. Ehlers will clear that one around behind the net. Czechia gets it back. and kept in there by Russell, intercepted by Kampf. David Kampf breakaway now the other way, shorthanded. Into the zone, he gets knocked off the puck. Through the zone, Russell will drop it back. Final few seconds on this power play. Played back up top. Bjorkstrand. Look, shot. Saved by Dostal. And face-off coming up here now in the Czechia zone yet again as Denmark gets some pressure here as we cross over the halfway mark of this third period. Halfway through period number 3. And it is a 3-2 game in favor of the Czechs. Would not mind seeing Denmark tie this game and we see overtime. Would not mind that at all. Oh my gosh. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Here a commercial break of this one. Shots 30-17. As Czechia just a little under 10 minutes away from the quarterfinals. And then there were 8. But first, we got to get through this final half. And then Sweden-Latvia later on today as well. That game starts at 3:10, 3 o'clock stream time start. All those games here in Santa Giulia Arena. We have not even I don't think we've commentated a game at Row. And we won't because that's it. This is it. Face-off now in the Czechia zone, won by the Czechs. Rudda banked off the board, stolen back then by Pasternak. At center now, drop back down low. I wouldn't mind Denmark tying it. I just want to see overtime. Give me some overtime. Puck is dumped back down low into the Czechia end. Kepney battling forward in the corner with Blichfeld. Back over then Pasternak. Cross-ice pass. Here they come through the zone. Pass in front then as Cervenka tried sending Sedlak, who fell down to the ground. Now Blichfeld 4-on-3 for Denmark. He'll come into the zone all alone. Top players get out here for the Danish. Now Kepney intercepts that puck down low. He'll play it back ahead then for Cervenka. Cervenka with Pasternak. Pasternak down low. Cervenka pass over. Blocked by a Danish stick. And Nicholas Jensen with a huge stop there as he put the stick in front of Cervenka. And had that pass gone through, this game would be done. Nice stop. Luckily, it didn't go the wrong way where it went off his stick and into the net because Anderson's 5-hole was open in front, but Freddie got to it in time. Face-off coming up here now again in the Denmark zone. Denmark now trying to play this one through center. Hurdle battling for it on the right side. Palat played back out to center. Banked off the boards now. Trying to dump that one down low was Lauritsen. Back over then to Setkov. Setkov banks it back down low into the Czechia zone. Icing against Denmark. And we might have a penalty coming up here. And I think we have a power play coming up for Czechia. Sorry, I forgot to cut this out. I apologize. And Czechia with a... Oh, what? Oh, Denmark power play. They said that it was Hurdle. No, it's... Or that it was Eller. No, it's Hurdle. All right. Time for the third Denmark power play. Or sorry, the fourth Denmark power play of the game. And now another chance for the Danish to tie. 8:29 left to go in the third. Hurdle to the box for elbowing. Face off. Won by Denmark. Jensen Abo back to Ehlers. Ehlers in front! And a shot there for Eller goes up and out of play. Oh my gosh. In front! Realized the way I said that sounded kind of funny. Face off now again here in the Czechia zone. Eller versus Kampf. Off the draw, blown dead. Very, very important face-off here for Eller. Face-off is a tie-up at center. Ehlers will clear that one around behind the net, kept in by Denmark. Bjorkstrand dumped around up top. Ehlers down low. Russell to Ehlers. Back to Russell. Back to Ehlers. Russell feeds it up top. Jensen Abo to Ehlers. Ehlers comes in, shoots it just wide of Dostal. Bjorkstrand kept in the line there by Ehlers. Ehlers to Bjorkstrand, shoots it, and that one's wide as well. 1:15 to go. Pass in front, jabbing at that puck. It's loose, and Czechia clears. There was a loose puck in front, but no Danish player could get there. Now Jensen Abo brings it through center with speed, drops it back to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand, cross ice. Over then for Ehlers. Intercepted by the Czechs. They keep it in. Denmark keeps it in the zone. Bjorkstrand back around to the right side. Ehlers up top, and nobody is there. What are you doing, Ehlers? What are you doing? Bjorkstrand back down low then for Jensen Abo. Stolen back then by the Czechs. Eller battling for that puck. Palat will steal it back and backhand it down the other way with 6:48 to go. Czechia coming in here shorthanded. They get to it first. Sedlak below the goal line. Battling for that puck. Down low then. Stealing it back is Fisker Molgaard. Final seconds here of the power play. Fisker Molgaard still with the puck. Back over to Blichfeld. Blichfeld will drop it back. Trying to clear that one down low. Czechia steals it and dumps it down the other way. Not enough for an icing. Denmark running out of time. Through the neutral zone now. Dumped in by the Danish. In on Dostal. He will make the save and cover up. 6:10 remaining here in the third period. Czechia with a 1-goal lead here on the Danish. Things are getting interesting here. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also like the commentary stream as well. Need Denmark for the morning 85. Ooh. Good luck, bro. We'll see if they can get that game-tying goal. Face-off, one shot on Dostal. He will cover that one up as well. Lucas Dostal now 18 saves on 20 shots. If that even counts as a shot, that might not even count as a shot. Actually. Doesn't look like it will. 6:07 left. Face-off. Won by Denmark. Down low now, stolen back by Jan Rutta. Will clear out to center. Picking it up then down low is P. Jensen. Now Kampf. Down low in the corner. David Kampf on the right side. Played back over for Natchez, who has 2 points tonight. Marty Natchez to center. Gloved by Anderson. And there's the first shot for Czechia here in a hot minute. As we get some more pushing and shoving here in front between these two clubs. Shots now 31-20. We will head to commercial break yet again. It is 3-2. I don't think so. I think Slovakia should win that game. That should be an easy win. Germany, although they beat France 5-1, they really didn't play that great against France. So I think Slovakia will move on from that. They'll play, what, the United States, if that were to go that way, right? I'm not sure if that's 100%, but here in period number 3, a 1-goal lead for Czechia since the goal by Olesen in that second period. There's been a handful of penalties here in this one. Nobody has capitalized on the power play. Denmark looking to at least force extra time or tie the game. And most definitely win. Try and get that tying goal here to move on to the semis. Face off here in the Czechia, or in the Denmark zone, won by Czechia. Clept in down low then by Palat. Out of his net, Anderson gives it to Jensen Abo. Here comes Denmark now through center. Jensen Abo will flick that one in down low into the zone. Now Palat battling forward on the right side, back into the Denmark zone. Jesper Abo back over for Setkov. Cross ice pass then, and not knowing where it was Eller. He'll get it back, though, thankfully, before it gets fatal. Here he comes now through center. Eller fires it into the chest of Dostal and tries to run into him there. Hronek, not a big fan of that. Gives him a little shove. Shots now 31-21. We are exactly 5 minutes left in the third period. And in regulation, we are officially in crunch time. Keep an eye out for Frederik Andersen. Denmark should be able to get a chance here to possibly set up. Face off. Won by Czechia. Banked off the boards, back down low into the Denmark zone. No icing. Kept in the zone by Czechia's top line. Pass in front for Cervenka, blocked. As Pastrnak tried to send it there, but he couldn't get it all the way. Now it's center battling for it. Puck is tipped back down low into the Czech end. Off the boards now, Russell. Poke checked away by the Czechs. Regrouping now in their own end, running down the time. 4.5 minutes left. Gudis played ahead then for Marty Necas. Necas off the boards, backhanded back down low into the Denmark zone. Trying to play it through center, but Necas gets it there. Stolen back then down low, Jensen Abo. Denmark needs time in the offensive zone, and they're not getting a lot of it. Necas will flick it out to center here now, banked off the boards and cleared back into the Czechia zone. Now Simek on the right side will clear it ahead for David Kampf. Kampf will dump it down low then to Eller. Lars Eller will break it ahead. Eller through the zone, fires it on, save by Dostal. 3.5 minutes to go in period number 3. Denmark getting as many shots as they possibly can. The question you ask yourselves then is, will it be enough? And that's what we've been wondering. Face off again in the Czech zone, won by the Czechs down low, battling for that puck. Eller off the boards then for Hertl. Hertl will clear to center. B. Jensen back over then for Eller. Eller Ahead then, down low into the Czechia zone. Dostal playing it with his stick. Now Kempny on the right side. Czechia will clear. Not enough for Nicing. Now Jensen Abo will break this one through center. Cleared down low now on Dostal. He'll make the save. Now Hronek off the boards ahead for Pasternak, who will dump that one down low even further. Setkov turns it over. Pasternak. And stolen back by Denmark. Russell will dump it down low for Bjorkstrand. Battling for it now with Hronek. Cleared around and back into the Denmark zone. 2.5 minutes to go. Denmark has 8 of the last 9 shots here in this game. Not being able to get that last one past Dostal. Chance in front. Saved by Dostal. Rebound's there. Czechia will clear. Not enough. Racing for it now is Schlappick. Knocked off the puck. 2:15 left to go in the third. Denmark, a shot goes wide. Puck will slide all the way back into the Denmark zone yet again. Now Jensen Abo picks it up. Anderson looking. Fisker Molgaard with speed. Cross ice pass into the zone. Olsen a shot. That one goes wide. Now Bergard back down low then. Empty net here for Denmark. Olesen. Cross check down to the ground. Cleared around then to the right side. Trying to keep that one in as Setkov. Eller now and cleared by Czechia. Back into the Denmark zone. Empty net for Denmark. Desperation attempt. Into the zone. Shot on. Goes wide. Played back by Pasternak. Puck will come to center. Cervenko will look for the empty net. Can't get the shot on. Now down low. 80 seconds to go. Olesen. Back down low then for Ehlers. Time winding down. 1:15 to go and winding fast. Puck is dumped into the Czechia end. Cleared around to the right side. Through to center. Kept in at the line. Stolen back by the Czechs and back to center. Russell comes in. Right side. Fires it. Saved by Dostal. Eller. Down low then for Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand with less than a minute to go. Russell behind the net. Back up top. Eller shoots it. Blocked. Rebound in front there. Jabbing at that puck. Hronek trying to clear. Pasternak's there as well. Jabbing at that puck to keep it in. Russell held against. Denmark gets it. Eller up top. Shot. Just wide. Russell at the point. Shot blocked. 30 seconds to go. Ehlers to Bjorkstrand. Looks. Fires it. Wide of Dostal again. Eller up top. Down low Bjorkstrand. Pass over. Save in front. Rebounds there. Czechia will get it. Kept in the zone. Ehlers just outside. 10 seconds left. He'll come back and regroup. Doesn't have that much time. 8 seconds left. Bjorkstrand dumps it down low. 5 seconds to go. Kempny will dump it around. And that'll do it. Czechia will get another crack at Canada. Your final score, Czechia 3 and Denmark 2. And the Danish could not get that final puck across the goal line. And the Czechs move on. It was a great, well-played game by both teams. Your shots were 31-26. Denmark had plenty of opportunities, could not hit the net on plenty of them. They missed a million times. Your final score here in this one, Czechia 3 and Denmark 2. No goals in that third period. Wow. No problem, Czech Hall. All right. That'll do it for me. We will be live for Sweden and Latvia here in a little less than 2 hours. And Czechia will move on to play Canada in the quarterfinals. We'll see if we see them on Friday. But thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. And I will see you guys in the next stream.